This is the conservative czar, April 4th, 2026. I'm actually probably going to do a series of this, a flip-flop between the Iran and Trump. I understand, I'm going to be critical of Trump here for a while, and as I said the other day, that sign back there might go eventually, but not yet. Um, uh, the basic question you go back to is, would you vote for Donald Trump versus Kamala? And if you're down on Trump, would you have not voted for him? And the answer to me is no, I'd vote for him. I still think for 2 or 3 months he was a great president. But he got entangled with the establishment over time and made some really major mistakes. I want to talk about 2 of those big mistakes today. And one of them, I believe, it can be rectified, but I believe as of now, it's the reason why we're going to lose the House and maybe the Senate. It was a disastrous mistake. The first mistake he made was when he announced ICE, he announced to the world, the country really, that he was going to attack immigration, but going after criminals first, implying that he wasn't really going to go after anybody else. And he didn't, by the way. You rounded up a couple miscellaneous non-criminals in going after the criminals. But mass deportation he avoided, and his rhetoric was telling us that he was going to avoid mass deportation. That was a mistake. Right from the beginning, he should have said, no, if you're illegal, you're going to leave the country, we're going to round you up. He didn't. It was a big task. I understand that, but he didn't. The second biggest mistake he made, and this was the one that I think has ruined his presidency up to now, and that is when things went bad in Minneapolis, he caved. He retreated. And it was at that moment of the retreat that the resurgence of the left wing occurred. Across the entire country, they were emboldened to act because they saw extreme weakness on the part of the president. It was a huge, huge mistake. And I'm going to explain it just a little more detail here, because when they did that, when he pulled back, when he fired Bovino, the border chief, because he was too aggressive, when he did that, he in effect surrendered to the left. And the left got emboldened, not just the rioters, the entire left wing of this country got emboldened. They thought they were now in charge, and in many respects they were. It was a huge mistake. It was at that moment that the left ascended and the MAGA movement declined, relatively speaking. But the ascendancy we have seen every single election has occurred practically. That Florida election the other day in a district where Trump won massively, Democrat wins. This is bad news. And it came from that moment when he surrendered in Minneapolis. This is the conservative czar. See you next time.